The Evo Valkyrie is one of the best defensive evolutions inside Clash Royale. Whenever the Evo Valkyrie attacks, it also does the tornado effect. This is insane on defense, being able to stop the biggest pushes. On top of all this, the Valkyrie is great at dealing with swarms, and it's a very versatile card. Even on offense, it's good, because if it hits a troop on the enemy side of the board, the tornado effect will hit the enemy tower. Today I'm going to show you guys the best Evo Valkyrie deck, and it's this deck right here, Minor Wall Breakers Control. If you play this deck perfectly, there are no bad matchups. We are going to be using the Princess Tower troop as well. You could use the Cannoneer in this deck, but right now the Cannoneer is just weaker, so we're going to stick with the Princess Tower troop. Okay, into a game, and first play with this deck, we are going to split Wall Breakers at the back. It's a very neutral play, it forces my opponent to do something, and he goes for a Firecracker, so we are just going to poison the Firecracker. It's an okay poison, we do a little bit of tower damage, and that Wall Breaker connects, which is beautiful. This guy does the crying emoji, that was obviously a mistake by him, and we are going to play our Evo Valkyrie at the back, getting closer to our evolution, and he also goes for his Evo Knight. So we are going to play a little prince here. He goes for a Hog Rider, so we are just going to pull that to the center. Going to use the Guardian ability here, boom, hitting the Hog Rider and the Tesla, that is important. And honestly, here we just go for Wall Breakers. The Valkyrie is tanking for the Wall Breakers, and boom, what a great Valkyrie, connecting to the tower as well, doing great damage. And this guy is just getting outplayed. There's no other way to put it. We are going to play Goblins here as well, activate our King Tower, take no tower damage. And I know this guy doesn't have any cycle cards right now, so I'm actually going to miner onto his tower, just to be annoying and apply a little bit of pressure. He goes for another Knight, so we are going to go for another Valkyrie here. Get ready to Tower of Power the Hog Rider whenever he plays it. He doesn't, he actually goes for a up high Firecracker, so we are just going to poison that. Little Prince here going to charge up and take out the Tesla, hopefully. Not quite, but that's fine. We have such a big damage lead, and here we just go for a Tower of Power. Fully counter this stuff, going to log as well just to be safe rather than sorry, and we have the Evo Valkyrie. We just hit double elixir time as well, which is beautiful. Going to go Minor Wall Breakers here. Go for a Little Prince as well, again just to apply some pressure. He does log, but again the miner's tanking, forcing out a Knight, and here we are going to use the Guardian's ability, boom. Getting the shield off the Knight is important. Going to completely ignore that Firecracker and really just focus on defense here. He does go for a Earthquake, trying to predict my Tower of Power, but look at that Valkyrie tornado effect. It is insanity. Didn't even need a building. The Valkyrie effect was enough, and boom, Valkyrie getting good value. Valkyrie taking the tower, and that is good game. And what a dominant win. Really showing the power of this deck. Okay, into another game, and we're going to miner in the safe spot. That's normally a pretty good play, and you definitely want to play in single elixir time to find out what your opponent's playing. Anyway, he goes Battle Healer, so we see a Battle Healer, we think he's Golem. That's my first thought. He might be Elixir Golem, he might be normal Golem, we're going to find out. Anyway, we are going to Valkyrie this Battle Healer. Obviously, Valkyrie is going to help protect my Little Prince, but more importantly, it's going to cycle us closer to that Evo Valkyrie. We are going to use the ability here as well, just so we don't leak Elixir. And I'm very tempted to pressure the opposite lane right now, and I think I'm going to play Wall Breakers here. Going to also log these Barbarians, just to be annoying. Force out arrows, that's very nice. And the Little Prince doing a great job there against the Barbs. We are going to Miner and then go for Goblins at the bridge. He doesn't have a small spell. He goes for a Mirrored Arrows. Was not expecting that, so we are going to Wall Breakers at the bridge right now. He also has a Rage, but one of the Wall Breakers connects. Okay, kind of crazy. Wasn't expecting the Mirror, was not expecting a Rage as well. Going to Valkyrie at the back right now. We are up a little bit of Elixir, and this guy goes for a Night Witch, which is absolutely fine. Going to go for a Little Prince here. Little Prince is going to help take out the bats, and then obviously take out the Night Witch as well. Really good poison opportunity right here. Going to help take out the bats, but more importantly going to help take out that Electro Dragon, which is the scariest thing here. We are going to go for Goblins just to help take out the Battle Healer, and we are going to ignore that Electro Dragon but go for Wall Breakers, force out arrows, or nothing, and they both connect for big damage. That's what you love to see. This guy goes Elixir Golem at the back, we go Evo Valkyrie. Evo Valkyrie is going to clump everything together, which is going to be very nice for us. And he mirrors the Elixir Golem, the madman. Oh, that is one of the worst combos in Clash Royale. I actually made a video about that. I was not expecting that. But hey, Evo Valk on the right side, absolutely destroying him. And look at how much elixir I just got, man. It's insanity. I don't even know what to do with it all. I'm trying to spend it. Obviously, we want to make sure we do not leak elixir. Going to use the Guardian ability here as well. Boom. Awesome stuff. That's going to be another very dominant, very easy win. Evo Valkyrie still going. Crazy stuff. Barely took any damage ourselves. Okay, into another game, and we're playing against the Cannoneer. This guy starts with recruits at the back, so we're going to go for a Valkyrie and then get ready to Tower of Power. Now, the Cannoneer is actually worse for this deck. We obviously have a lot of single target units, and the Cannoneer can get some pretty good value if you let it. As well, the Cannoneer can actually fully counter wall breakers, so going for wall breakers randomly to apply pressure will not work. I have to always pair my wall breakers with the miner, otherwise they are just dunzoed. Anyway, here he goes for goblins, and one wall breaker connects, which is beautiful. Little Prince coming towards us. We could poison it, but honestly, I'm down a little bit of elixir. I'm going to wait. If he uses the ability at the bridge, I can then Valkyrie it, and we are chilling. Going to use the Valkyrie here, going to go for a Tower of Power to help take out this goblin giant, and yeah, we're fine. Cannoneer is going to take care of my Valkyrie. I could miner wall breakers once again, but I'm going to play it slow. He does go for royal recruits at the back, so we go Little Prince. We're also going to play goblins here, planning to use my ability as well to help out. And we are also going to play an Evo Valkyrie. Evo Valkyrie is going to pull in that Fisherman too, which is nice. And I will go for wall breakers here just because that Guardian is going to protect the wall breakers a little bit, hopefully allowing them to connect, and they do. That is beautiful stuff. And this is the thing, when you play against the Cannoneer, you have to change your playstyle a little bit with this deck. Like I already mentioned, you can't just go for random wall breakers at the bridge because that would not work. Anyway, here we have to go for a Valkyrie and goblins, really making sure I do not want to take damage here. But again, with the Valkyrie, we have a counter push now with the wall breakers, which is very nice. Going to also go for a prediction lock here because, yeah, I think he's going to go for goblins. That is beautiful stuff. We take the tower and just once again outplaying our opponents, taking almost 0 damage. And I'm not going to lie, that was the first time I played against the Cannoneer on ladder, and that was fun. Like, I actually had to change my strategy. Leave a like and subscribe.